Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ATA. This is Kazaula Clinton, and we've received tons of messages from undergraduate students who are struggling with a computerized accounting course, especially the software for QuickBooks. So we've decided to do one video for you, and this is the question that you're going to be practicing. And we are going to do this step by step. Because I'm sure this screen that I'm displaying here is actually not making sense to you, because we must first of all break it down so that you understand what we are actually going to be doing. So strictly we are doing this for academic purposes, not for the SMEs package. No, we are doing this for academic purposes, for those students that are struggling with computerized accounting as a course. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is now don't worry about this question. The question, I'm going to share a WhatsApp number at the end of this video. If you want to practice, then I will share it to you through that WhatsApp number or email. Yeah, you'll email us. When I email, then I send you the question so that you can do the follow-up. Now, here are the steps that we're going to go through. One is that we are going to create a company file. We're going to create a company file. Now, creating a company file is like opening an account within the QuickBooks software. Then number two, we are going to customize, the file. So to customize the file is like making the file your own. Like you set the necessary preferences which you want, because remember, this software is usually invented from maybe USA or UK. So in order for you to customize it so that it fits within the working environment of Uganda, then you need to do some changes within the file so that it fits within the working environment of like Uganda. Okay, so under customization of the file, we are going to perform about three things. Number one is that we are going to set UGX as a home currency, because usually by default the software comes through when it is set as USD or as pound sterling if the version is UK. Then if it is USA, the home currency is by default USD. But then you realize in a Ugandan setting, you need to transact in UGX. So we shall first set UGX, which we are calling Ugandan shilling, as the home currency. Then another customization that we shall do is to make the multiple currency feature in active. Okay, that's what we are trying to say. So you will realize that some of the transactions that you will have, like in this question that I'm displaying here, you find that it is buying cement. You see here they are mentioning something that it is buying cement from both Kenya and Uganda. So what does that tell you? It simply means that we shall have some cross-border transactions. So having these cross-border transactions will call for you to actually allow this feature called multiple currencies feature, because if you do not set it, then you will not it will not allow you to sell and buy from another country. So that is the second customization that we're going to do. Then number three, under still customization, is that we are going to make inventories, what we call stock, active. Okay, we're going to make inventories active. That is now this level, this is the customization that we shall need. So that takes me to number three, which will be entering the opening balances. Yeah, I'm sure when you are at level of doing computerized accounting, you have at least done your accounting 1, maybe intermediate 2, fundamentals of accounting 2. You have already done all those courses. So there is a principle that you studied in your accounting 1 called the going concern concept. Now, the going concern concept means that if you are carrying on business for more than one accounting period, then chances are you will always have like the previous balances that you're carrying from the previous period, like the previous year. If we are dealing with year 2025, you will realize that we shall always have balances that we are carrying from the previous period, which is 2024. So all the closing balances of 2024 are going to be the opening balances of 2025. So that's why for business continuity, we must not forget that we had some money on the bank account or on the cash, the cash account. So we must first enter those balances before we transact. So after entering the opening balances for this new period, which were the closing balances of the previous period, the next thing we do, we can successfully, transact. Okay, we can transact. Enter some transactions. So under transactions, we are having things like banking, we are selling, something that is operational in nature. We are purchasing, we are making some transfers like from this account to the other account, etc. Okay, that is step number 3. Then step number 5 is that we are going to generate we are going to auto generate reports, financial reports. Okay, so the financial reports, it can be conventionally what you know as an income statement. Okay, balance sheet. What else? They can even ask you to generate a trial balance, anything. Okay, so these are the simple steps that we are going to follow. So for the purpose of this session, I will try so hard to make sure that we cover these two. Then we shall continue moving on. Our question is here. This is our question. So I'll be switching windows so that you can be following up. Okay, I'll be switching windows so that you can be following up with me. All right, so I'm now crossing to everything set. I'm going to cross to our software. This is how the icon looks like. So I'm going to open my software, which is QuickBooks, and then I'm telling you the focus will be on these first. Now for academic purposes, these first two, we're going to create a company file successfully. Then number 2, we are going to customize the file, okay, by making all these necessary changes. So if I go back to our software, you see we are having create a new company, open. So the most appropriate feature that I have to use is to create a new company. The beauty with this is that you can always keep as many company files as you can, because like this version that I'm having, it can keep up to 100 companies. Actually, I'm keeping files for over 5 SMEs. Okay, so we shall always click here. So if you are running it yourself, now for the practical setting, you can always use for myself, but since it is just for academic purposes, I'm going to take the option for someone else. Then I click on start setup. Okay, so when you click on start setup, this is what appears. This is the window that appears. So I go back to the question. They're asking me about the business name. Now, before I even enter the business name, guys, I want you to pay attention here. You are seeing these red stars, okay? and look at this feature, which is create company. If you miss out on filling these mandatory, spaces that you see, and they are showing you the stars, then this thing is not going to become, this feature is not going to become active. So you must pay attention to what is mandatory. Where you see a red star, you must fill it. Okay, so I'm going to enter the business name. That is quite easy. And the moment you start creating the company file, you're already garnering some marks. So these are the marks that you're not supposed to miss out. So the company name here, mine is called ATA Stores. Okay, ATA Stores. So I come here, back to my software, I say ATA Stores. I can add limited, maybe. Then they are asking me industry. Now the industry, do not type it there. People, there is here a drop down menu that helps you to choose. So they're telling me, help me choose. It's where I'm going to click. Then they are going to give me the configured industries that are in the system. Now they're the ones that I'm going to choose from. Then I indicate where I fall. Now for the purposes of this, this video and this class for computerized accounting, I'm going to choose general product based business. So when I click there, I say okay, it's going to appear. Then another mandatory space to fill is the business type. There is also a drop down menu. Where you see a drop down menu, it is what you have to use. You don't just type in your own things. So here, for the purposes of this class, you see we are having different kinds of business types. Okay, there is sole proprietorship, partnership, there is a limited liability corporation for a single member company, there is a limited liability corporation for multiple members, then there is corporation, not for profit, etc. Now for the purpose of this class, I'm going to assume that I'm running this as a sole proprietor, so I'm taking sole proprietorship. Then the company email, it is always given in the question. Now you see ours is ata@gmail.com. So I can simply now, for me, copy this and paste it here. It must be a valid email. Okay. If you have a company phone number, if it is given in the question, you can feed it there. But for me here, it is not compulsory, so I can just skip. Business address, it is always given in the question. Ours is in Kampala, Kampala, Nakasero Hill, Rwenzori Towers. So you can say Kampala, Uganda, Nakasero. Then city, I can still say Kampala. If you have a PO box, you can also feed it here. So it is up to you to enter whatever information that you are having. Okay. Something I want to mention is why it is important for you to select like the types of business and the type of industry, the kind of industry that you're in, is that QuickBooks will suggest the most appropriate accounts for you. Then they prepare them for you. Okay, they prepare them for you immediately, and for you just do the filling. Now there is another important feature that we must explore before we create company here. You see here the default country is US, but for you're trying to create a company file for a Ugandan company. So what you must do is you must change this default country to some other country, which is Uganda. So I still use the drop down menu. This is very important because if you do not change it, then automatically all your transactions will be in US dollar, which will be wrong. So before you leave this page and create the company file, then you must first change the country. So the country here, if you notice the suggestions that are here, you are not able to see Uganda, but then that shouldn't be the worry. If you're not seeing Uganda, there is an option for others. So you click on others and you create company. So you have to give it time because this is a machine, this is a software. You must be patient. Okay. You click on file, you give it time, a few seconds, it's going to process. Then you're going to see our company file being created. Okay, so let us give it some few minutes, then it's going to create. There you go, it has already processed. If you want to confirm that actually it is the company that you formed, you look here at ATS Stores Limited. Here there is a window up just above the top menu bar. You see there is ATS Stores Limited. So that's how you confirm that actually the file that you're in is correct. Because like I've told you, this can keep up to 100 company files. So if you do not confirm the actual file that you're working in, then you might find that you are actually making mistakes. This is the home page of QuickBooks. This is the home page of QuickBooks. You see what it is displaying. You're going to understand this more as we are moving forward. Now there is here chart of accounts. You see they are all denominated in like they do not have any currency denomination, simply because we have not yet set Ugandan shillings as a home currency. So right now what I'm going to do is to do these three customizations. Okay, well, I'm going to set UGX as a home currency, then we shall tick that. So I go back to my QuickBooks. So each time you want to, now this is a chart of accounts that have been created for us. I was just trying to show you they don't have any currency denomination, like there is no any currency that is assigned to them. And when we set the home currency, then we shall come back here and see whether our accounts have been denominated. So each time you want to go back to the home page, you can always use this feature, or you click escape button on your keyboard. ESC on your keyboard, you always see an escape button. When you click there, to always take you back home here on the home page. So I'm going to set UGX or Ugandan shillings as the home currency. It's what I'm going to do right about now. So each time we want to customize, like we want to change any of the settings in this company file that we have created, we shall always use this feature in the top menu bar called edit. Okay, so I'll go to edit, then I move down, I hover down to preferences. After reaching the preferences, I again move down. I'm going slowly so that you people are following. So I click down, I look for multiple currencies feature. It is here. So you click there, then you move now to the right. We have two options: my preferences, company preferences. So I click on company preferences. Now here they're asking you, do you track multiple currencies in this company file? This is like an interview question. It's like a questionnaire. They're asking me now. Now one is no, I use only one currency. Then option 2 is yes, I use more than one currency. So the most appropriate one is yes, I use more than one currency. Reason being, if you check through our question, they are telling us that we shall be buying and selling cement from both Uganda and Kenya. So what does that mean? It means that we at some point we are going to use a Kenyan shilling, because we are having that as a cross-border transaction. So the option I'm going to take as our objective, it is yes, I use more than one currency. So when you click in the option for yes, I use more than one currency, you see they bring here a dialog box that is questioning you that, you man, are you serious? Are you sure? Do you want to turn on multiple currencies in this company file? And because you are sure of what you're doing due to the nature of the question that you have, then you say yes, I'm sure. So when you click there, you see now this OK becomes active. Now there is another section here which is asking that select the home currency you use in your transaction. So I'm going to use the drop down menu, because automatically by default they are showing you that it is a US dollar. Reason being, this software was invented in USA. So what I'm going to do now is to check here and use UGX as our home currency. So you realize that the options that are given immediately, there is no UGX, but you shouldn't worry because there is a view more currencies feature here. So I click on it, then I look for Ugandan shilling. This is Tanzanian shillings. So Ugandan shilling is here, UGX. So when I click on Ugandan shillings, they are telling me that it is an inactive element. Would you like to make it active or use it once? I say, since all through my transactions I will be using UGX, I make it active. Now these people are selfish because you are trying to use a non-USD home currency. They again bring you a prompt to query. They query you like, are you sure this is a home currency that you want to use? Because they think that it is only Americans that are using this QuickBook or desktop. So I say yes, I'm sure. So when that appears, I say okay. Now when you click okay, another dialog box is going to appear, which is saying that the company file is now going to close, then it will open with the updated settings. So each time we make any change, the file is going to always close, then it comes back with the updated settings. So this shouldn't be a worry. You say okay, then you allow it to reopen with the updated updated file, okay, updated settings. So sometimes it takes long to update, and when it takes long to update, this home feature is going to always be visible. So when you click there or when you click on escape, it will always come very fast. So far what we have done is that we have set UGX as a home currency. Then number two, we have also made the multiple currency feature active. So if you want to prove that, you can check here in the chart of accounts. Now these are the accounts which they created for us when we were opening. Now you see they are showing us the currency is UGX all through, okay? The currency is UGX all through. So that is how you can confirm. So I can press escape, then I go back to the home page. Now I want you to, now what I'm going to do here is to make now inventories active, okay? To make inventories active. That's the next thing that I'm doing. So I want you to pay attention on this gateway to QuickBooks. You see where I'm hovering the cursor? This is the gateway to QuickBooks. Okay? This is the gateway to QuickBooks. So you watch what is here. The route here, they are telling me you enter the bills, then you pay the bills. But then what bills? We don't know. So I'm going to now make the customization for making the stock or the inventories active. Then you will watch what will happen here. So I go to edit, because I've told you each time we are customizing or setting a preference, we shall always use the edit feature. So I'm going to edit here, then I go to I'm going to edit, then I go to preferences, okay, then I look for items and inventories. It is here. Now I hover to the right side. We are having two options, my preferences and company preferences. So you click on my preferences. When you click on my preferences, you see there is a box to check. Now to check in accounting, go like in these things of questionnaire and what, to check means to tick a box. So if they are saying that inventory and purchase orders are active, okay, it's like a question because you see a question mark here. Then you check here in the box, it is not ticked. Actually, that means that they are inactive. So for me to make them active, I'll simply check this box. To check, it means I'm going to put a tick there. You see, if I untick, you see what happens. They're showing me all the things are inactive. But when I tick like this, everything, the quantities, the prices, all of them, they become active. So I click OK. Then, like I've told you, it will close, then it will come back with updated settings. So I say OK. So it will close, then it will come back with updated setting. Then I want you to see what actually is going to happen here at my home page. the gateway, so it is taking long. So what I do, I press escape. If escape fails, I click OK. So you see now it has come. Now previously on our gateway to QuickBooks, we only had enter bills and pay bills. But now you realize after making inventories active, then you have the option for creating a purchase order, for receiving an inventory, okay? So you can receive it with a bill, receive it without a bill. You can enter bills against inventories, etc. So now this can allow you to, purchase. So I want us to go step by step. I feel like I should now actually stop here, because I want us to take this slow by slow, because this is how you're supposed to move if you want to master the QuickBooks Desktop, the version for academic purposes. So the first thing is to do what we have done. Now, in the next video, as we are continuing with the series on QuickBooks, we are going to start from entering the opening balances. Then we transact and we see if we can auto-generate financial reports. So as for now, I'm going to stop here. If you need this question, I'm going to share our WhatsApp number or our email. Then I send you the question for practice and more questions. So the WhatsApp number is 077 048 0905. Then the email is aspire to a @gmail.com. I'll be able to share the questions for follow-up as you're doing your practice. Thank you so much, and if you feel like what we are doing is good, then you can subscribe and hit the notification button so that each time we upload a video, you do not miss out on the next series. So we stop for now. Catch you in the next video as we are entering the opening balances. Thank you so much. God bless you and good luck in your practice.